Right, hello everybody, I'm back today with another stream. I'm not going to put my camera on today, you're going to have to put up with not seeing me, because what you're going to see, me sitting in front of a steering wheel, it's a bit different when I'm doing VR, but yeah. So, I was thinking that today I would do a longish convoy, which is kind of what I'm going for. Bear with me, I've just got to do some... final adjustments to the stream. So yeah, I'm thinking highlighted at the moment, it's very faint. I'll give you the better look at the screen in a second, but it is, I'm currently in Malta because I'm on ProMods, so it means that Valletta in Malta, where it's the only country I've ever been to abroad, absolutely loved to. When I went to Malta a few years ago, we stayed on a little island next to Malta, Gozo. So, yeah, it was a really nice holiday for my first holiday abroad. So yeah, I drove all the way down to Malta, just because obviously I wanted to go there. I've also driven to Portsmouth, which is quite local to me, and the Spinnaker Tower is actually in ProMods. It's it's really cool. So yeah, I've got the ProMods installed, which gives you a lot more towns in different countries. Yeah, there's even towns in Wales, more towns in Wales now. There's more towns in Scotland. It's like, wow, okay, I want to do maybe full-blown going to different places in the UK live stream. I'll probably end up doing that fairly soonish, because obviously, if anybody knows me well enough, they know I spend way too much time on this game, because I genuinely enjoy just driving around to the point where contemplating being a HGV driver is genuinely coming into my brain. Just got to add my tags. Not that I predict anybody's going to watch this video. I get I'm not the most interesting person in the world. That'll do, donkey, that'll do. And I'll just slap that in there, give it a save, leave it alone, close this down, and in theory, but that's just a theory, a game theory. No, I do not want you in there. There we go. Right. So, I'm looking at this top one. It's quite a long journey when I don't move the the menu. Yeah, it's quite a long journey, but I think it's a good journey for us. So, you know what? We'll go for it. Since I last did a stream, bear with me. I don't know why it does this, but I guarantee it's done it. Why? I don't want to deafen you guys, so I'm not going to put it up too loud. That's better. I get it where the sound is just completely uneven, but it's always when I switch between the Pico and my headset. Don't know why. Anyway, so I'm in my Scania with the Dutch Lion on. I'm going to be doing this as a convoy for my VTC, because why not? Probably end up turning that volume down because it's too loud for me. Jesus Christ. Deafen myself. Bloody hell. Gadonk. Yep. Oh my god. Hello. There we go. That's a bit better. I'm not trying to deafen you guys at all. How am I doing on fuel? Oh god, I need fuel. Dear lord. Definitely need fuel, so let's get that while we're here. Excuse me. Yes, so hopefully that job will still be there by the time we get there. Wow, diesel price is bloody cheap, don't you think? 88p a litre? Oh, I should get fuel in Malta more often. We did say that when we went on holiday there, that fuel was so cheap. It was like, oh my god. Bear with me, guys. I'm fiddling around with sound because I really don't want to deafen you guys. I really don't. Oh no, don't turn the sound off completely. What are you doing? What are you doing? Bloody thing. Go about there. Turn me down. Don't want to deafen you there. Go about there. Bring up my convoy tracker. That's always a good shout. Righty ho, off we go. Well, that was blissful, wasn't it? Right indicator would be a good idea. And of course you drive on the opposite side of the road in Malta. Of course with ProMods there is literally no AI vehicles still. So just like Truckers multiplayer, it's just there is a much bigger expansion of the map. Now I've changed a couple of settings since I last streamed on here. I've made my distance for loading other players much further away. So if there's a huge mass of people, it will kind of glitch a little bit, but it's fine. It's not that bad. I've seen worse. Don't get me wrong. I knew when I'd hit Belgium in the ordinary multiplayer map. I knew I'd hit it because I was just it was like having a seizure. Please tell me it's here still. It is, yeah. So we're going to take this job. It's going to take a while. Do you know what? Who cares? Oh, Jesus. It's so happy to see me, it's jumping. Yellow and orange go together, right? Every week I look forward to my weekends of just playing ETS. I know it is so damn sad, but I just love doing this. When we went to Wales last weekend, I was kind of upset that I wouldn't be able to do it this week. I was like, oh. I will stop fiddling giggity in a minute. Ooh, that's my tracker, by the way. If I put it there, hopefully, it should be alright. I'm sorry if I deafen anyone, I am sorry. I'm trying to adjust the volume settings. Streaming is a new concept to me. I haven't really done it before. Well, I have, the last couple of weeks I've been doing streams, but before that I did one stream on Twitch of me playing Alien Isolation. And yeah, I was like, yeah, this is fine. But cool, I always turn my auxiliaries on because I have a lot of lights at the front, and then if I put full beam on, I have a lot more lights. And also, I've now set a button on my steering wheel because you end up tooting your horn so many times to people that you might as well just set a button. I'll assume... full beam is off. There we go. Right, off we go. Should be alright, there we go. Yeah, when I went to Malta there wasn't really any HGVs. I will admit that fact, so I highly doubt that there is any. And I highly doubt this is a genuine thing you can do. But I just like the fact that they put it into the game. Couldn't care less otherwise. I would stop, but there's no traffic, so I don't really see the point. The roads weren't this good in Malta. I'd like to point that out. There were holes everywhere. Especially in Gozo. Gozo, it was like, oh my god, it's like I'm going through Detroit or something. It's ridiculous. It felt like probably driving on the grass would have been a better option than actually taking the tarmac. But even the signs, it does look kind of like Malta and how I remember it, so I'm impressed. It does make me wonder how many of these people actually had to travel in order to find that out. But yeah, it did take me a while because you have to download each file, but you have to leave 5 minutes in between downloading each file. It's just because, well, you can pay to get the whole file as a whole, like straight away. But I thought that wasn't such a great idea because I thought, what's the point in paying for the chance to get it quicker? I just patiently waited and had my 5 minute timer every time I was going through. You know, and I was just like, do you know what? That's what I'm going to do, because what is the point of kind of sitting here and getting it quicker when you could just very easily wait? So I thought I'd wait. Oh. Hold on. You're doing it wrong. There we go. Every time you click out, it puts you back to the same window. Anyway, I have adjusted the volume again because I feel like you guys are pretty deafened by it by now. You probably prefer hear the engine than me, though, to be fair. Yeah, that's better. Cool. Yeah, so I am using my own profile today. Thank you for telling me I need to now drive on the right hand side. Thank you for that. Where am I going? Very stupid. It's this way. Love how there's gates for each place. I find that really funny. And now I'm in Italy. Ooh, gonna catch a curb. Good job it's only medical supplies, eh? Yeah, so since you last saw me on stream, I have become a patron of Truckers Multiplayer, because I genuinely feel I get so many hours worth of joy out of playing multiplayer that I thought it just makes sense to give them some money for all the hard work they're doing with this. And I know ProMods is like a separate entity, but still, I wouldn't be able to see other people online if it wasn't for TruckersMP. So I've gone for like the highest tier, so I literally pay, I think it's like £6 a month towards them, and I don't think that's such a bad thing, because you can easily spend 80 quid on a game these days, especially on Xbox and stuff, and I really don't think that a £6 a month is a massive deal. So yeah, don't get me wrong, you do get a couple of benefits for it. You don't get timed out of the server as quickly. You get a longer timer when you're AFK, which doesn't really bother me, to be fair. I've always just gone out and come back in. Obviously, yes, I know. That's going to get annoying very quickly. I've got lane keeping assist on, and I've got lane keeping warnings on. I guarantee that's going to be turned off before the end of the stream. Yeah, so yeah, you get the patron icon against your name when you pass me on TruckersMP, so I've got that now. Well, that's a big deal either. But yeah. Oh, shut up. That is going to be turned off, I swear down. Bloody thing. It's just constant. Should be alright now I'm on the motorway. Well, dual carriageway. Should stop. Yes, I'm aware. I was just making sure you're awake. I'll probably speed up a little bit. I have turned traffic violations off, just because I kept getting up to traffic lights and sometimes it'd give me a red light fine and I'd be like, hold on a minute, I've stopped, but I'm still not ahead of the traffic light, but it's because there's no line on the floor, so I couldn't see where the line was. So yeah, I turned it off because it was annoying me, considering I'm not actually running a red light. So yeah, I turned it off. I've also adjusted my my cockpit position, so I'm a little bit closer to the steering wheel now. I've brought the steering wheel up. Yeah, because why not? My cab's looking a bit bare because with the ProMods it's taken a lot out, so I've got to just add stuff back in. But that's fine. Because there's things you can get on Truckers Multiplayer Simulation 1 that you can't get on ProMods, so it's kind of taken them out, but I don't really care. That's fine. But this ProMods I can use in single player now, I don't have to just use it on TruckersMP. I can use it in the real game as well. But to be honest, why wouldn't you? Oh, there's someone near me. Getting further away from me. Why wouldn't you go on here and just pootle around? You don't see many people. When I logged into this, there was only 660 people. And because there's so many more places you can go, obviously they've added roads in, they've done a lot with this. So there's a lot of things that you probably won't come across people that often. But do you know what? For the sake of having all this scenery, I don't really care. That's the other thing. The ProMods server works with the DLC. So if you have all of the DLC, like I do, because I'm a sad git, then the ProMods will work, but you have to have particular DLCs to be able to load all the ProMods. So yeah, means I'll have to keep up to date with my DLCs, but I really don't care. I spent so much time on this game. I'm nearly at 800 hours now. It was 700 less than a month ago. It's just sad, sad, sad. Because of course, playing TruckersMP, you accumulate that time just like you would if you were playing the actual game. So I've accumulated more time by sitting here and playing this. But yeah, anybody tuning in who didn't tune into my iRacing stream yesterday, I won't be able to do the convoy next week because my doctor's only appointment was for that day. So unfortunately, why would I go through there if I can just scan through here? And open sesame. There we go. So yeah, I won't be able to take part in the convoy. I've got to unattend from it, which is really sad because I was saying yesterday there's like 250 people, nearly 300 people now that are attending the convoy, and I'm really pissed that I have my appointment at exactly the same time it's going to start, and it's just, I just can't do both. As I said, Josh said, Scuba Josh ST said he would start the convoy for me and then I could join in, but you can't stop. You have to continue the convoy and not stop. And the doctors is further into town than my actual doctors, because my doctor's surgery is so busy at the moment, they've had to send me off to an out of hours surgery. So by the time I get back, most of the convoy will have been and gone probably, and it wouldn't be fair on you guys either. You'd have to sit there and listen to Josh, which, you know, he's going to be starting up his own YouTube channel, not for gaming, more for motorbike vlogging, but you know, it could be a good teaser trailer, I suppose. He could sit here talking whilst listening to the Discord and being told what to do. Oh bloody hell, we're in Italy, I forgot. Like being in frickin' France with the amount of tolls. This is something I experienced last week because I did part of the journey back from Wales in my Fiesta ST. And we came up, it's the first time I've physically been through a toll. I hate that it takes so much time, for God's sake. Ugh. Yeah, so we went over the, I can't remember what toll it was, but it's the toll road. It's normally quite quiet, that's why we did it. We don't care that we have to pay. It was, yeah, because we didn't have a pleasant Friday when we went up to Wales. We left at about 8:30, met up with his parents, and we convoyed up there. But yeah, once we were getting anywhere near to, well, we passed Winchester way, we hit traffic, and from then till we got to where we were staying in Wales, we had traffic the whole way. So it took 11 hours in the end to get to our destination in Wales. We didn't think it through. It was the first weekend of the summer holidays, and it was just ridiculous. The amount of tent boxes I saw on cars, which is something me and Josh want to get for our next car, the amount of them I saw on top of cars, and I was like, yep, everybody's going on holiday. So, our bad. But yeah, it was a nice time. We had a nice time. I met a lot of Josh's family, which I'd never met before, and yeah, it was a nice weekend. We were literally at the base of Snowdon in Snowdonia, so we'd don't know why I'm getting the right lane. It was really nice, and it's not the first time I've been to Wales. I'd been to the north of Wales before, to a place called Betsy Coed. We were not far from there, but we weren't there. We were literally at the base of Snowdon this time. So, in what was an old miner's cottage with a very steep set of stairs. Like, I had to climb on all fours up the stairs. And Josh kind of gathered that if I kept going up those stairs, I would have been going to A&E. Yeah. You see what I meant about the glitching? You have a little bit of a frame rate lag, and it's not the game, it's not this, it's me loading people that are really far away. They are getting closer though, so we're probably going to come across them in a second. I'm going to get in this lane because I do not see the point in potting around in the other lane. Oh, a little bit of squeal there from the brakes. You can hear the sounds of traffic. How far away are you? Well, one of them is not far away at all. I see him. I've got to change the colours. He's the little black dot on the sat-nav. I've made normal people black dots, thinking that they would stand out, but actually that's kind of not worked, so I need to change that. Someone else behind me too. Hello, sir. Hey! Go on, sir, I'll let you past. It is his home country after all, being Italian in logistics. Oh, Jesus! Well. Oh, fuck! Oh, sweet Jesus! That was funny. Oh, no! He's checking on him. Oh, shit. Oh, that was carnage. That was the best ragdoll for a lorry that I've ever seen. That was phenomenal. The guy hasn't even replied. He's probably like, for fuck's sake. Fucking people. I come on ProMods hoping it'll be quieter, and then it ends up that somebody just full-blown smacks me in the arse and I go flying. I can't stop, sorry. Oh, Jesus Christ. That was fantastic. Not that I laugh at people's misfortune all the time, but that guy's sitting on 100% worth of damage. Oh, Jesus. I like this port because there's actually boats around, just milling around. They're not just moored up, they're actually going places. Actually, I'll let him go. Because he's busy. I'll turn around in here. He was in a rush, so I thought I'd let him go by. Oh, there's another one from Wolf Logistics. It's not the same guy, is it? You made it! You got teleported to this fucking country! Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Turn the steering wheel. Edge it. A lot of people hanging out here, that's for sure. So don't worry, we've got another 3,000 kilometres to go. I always toot like that when I'm being friendly. Otherwise you just get a full-blown horn to the face if I'm in a bad mood. I had it the other day when I played, and one guy, he fucking wrecked my lorry. I got so pissed. Yeah, and I got very angry. Bit like me on iRacing last night, to be fair. Jesus. I think 40's a little bit excessive. Let's go for 50. You know, because that's 30 miles per hour-ish. Do 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 do. I've come back to the Scania because of the sheer power and speed. Trust me, I keep trying to move away from having a Scania, but it's just really hard. It's just such a nice truck. I can't help it. I've tried going to the Renault, I've tried going to the DAF. The DAF just seems incredibly underpowered for me. I'm one of these people who likes to get a truck that's much more high powered so it can take hill climbs better and you can kind of move out of the way of other lorries quicker. I don't like to have an underpowered truck. It's just, it seems completely counterproductive to me. So this truck can actually take heavy hauls, but I always use it for standard because it's just so much easier to get up to speed. I hate faffing. In real life I wouldn't care less. I'd be quite happy to poodle along at whatever, but if I'm trying to get to places, that's why I'm doing 90 instead of 80, because we're trying to get to Sweden here. I don't want to take up your entire Saturday and me just going from the south of the map to the north. We're going to the north, you know, because winter is coming. I would put the radio on, but I don't want to get done for copyright, so Truckers FM's going to have to stay off for now. You're going to have to put up with me talking. I am sorry. Quite a lot of people down in Italy, I have to say. It's the only plus side with Truckers multiplayer, Truckers FM, sorry. They do give you a traffic report, which is nice to hear when you're going along and you can't really see where everybody is. It's nice to know that somebody's looking out for you. Oh, da-da. Yeah, keep finding more people, don't you? That one's getting further away, so it's going to glitch out again. They've actually put realistic petrol garages in here, if you see that. That had an Esso on it. That's a realistic garage, and they've actually put them into this as well with ProMods. I love that. All the signs are authentic to the country as well, which is really cool. So yes, passing Esso. Over there's another realistic logo I recognise. Not in the UK, but I recognise it. And I think all the fuel costs should be realistic to real life as well, which is quite good. Well, clearly, because Malta it was 88p a litre for diesel. That's just... well, 88p a gallon. So yeah. Balkan Express, they have very similar colours to Global Cargo. Interesting. I was quite chuffed the other day. I got added on Steam by one of the members of the VTC I'm in, and I was kind of happy about that. I was like, I've literally done nothing with the VTC. I keep trying and I keep failing massively, either because I have limited knowledge of how you put a locomotive on a trailer without actually doing a delivery, or my doctors keep fucking deciding to do the same appointment on the day of a bloody convoy. I'm so annoyed about that, but I can't change it, otherwise I'll have to wait another month, and I kind of need to see the doctors about this because it's already been a year since I've had this problem. I don't really think I should be waiting any longer before I have serious implications. So yes, so we'll have to find another convoy, and I'll make sure to clear my calendar for next year for the 5th anniversary, which the 5th is quite a big anniversary, to be fair. Hopefully they'll still want me. They won't be fed up with me and my lack of attendance of things. This is a very long tunnel with a slight uphill slope, which my truck is dealing with very nicely. So one thing I hated when I started ETS, and you have to start with you borrowing a truck from a company, I used to hate the fact I couldn't get up a hill very well. I was like, oh, for God's sake. So I still haven't tried the electric trucks that are gradually making their way onto ETS. I haven't actually tried them yet because, yeah, I can't be asked to go back to that. It'll be good when they put the infrastructure in for chargers, that's for sure, and when that happens I will be the first to buy an electric truck and drive it around, but at this moment in time I'm just like, I don't want to go back to borrowing a truck off of people. Oh, soz bro. That's why you don't read your phone whilst driving. Bad influence I'm being. We're literally about to hit exactly 3,000 kilometres until we get to our destination. We're at 462 currently. Looking at my tracker. So this is medical vaccines. Don't tell me I've got COVID vaccines in this truck behind me. $471, there we go. 3,000 kilometres to go. Not far, just a long way, that's all. There, see? That's how far we've gone so far. Of course, there's a lot of roads that it's saying I haven't driven down because it's added roads to the game now, so yeah. Yeah, it was a bit of a test for me. Because the Grand Prix was on, I chose to, from Wales, driving home, I said, right, I'm going to sit in the passenger seat, I'm going to watch the Grand Prix, hoping that because it was the Belgium Grand Prix, Max would do really well, and how sorely mistaken I was. Not by any fault of his own, it's just the car doesn't seem to be matching up to what it's used to, and other people are getting better, so it's kind of like, But yeah, so I watched it. We passed Wrexham. We were very excited about that because the sat-nav told us to, because there was so many accidents on the road we were going to be going on. So we passed Wrexham. That made Josh very happy. He's loving welcome to Wrexham, so he really was excited to pass Wrexham Stadium. Didn't realise it was on a main road, but there we go. It literally is the main road into Wrexham. Yeah, so we passed that, and then we stopped on the toll services, and I drove from there all the way home, which was about 4 hours. Last time I'd driven quite a distance, doctors suspected I was hyperthyroid, so I got the chance with the Goodwood Road Racing Club to get a tour of the McLaren Technology Centre where the Formula 1 team are based. I got a chance to go there last year, and considering we live in the Portsmouth area, it's not actually a long drive to get to Woking. It's about between half an hour and an hour, and it was in the afternoon, so I got there for 4 o'clock I think ish, so it wasn't too late, but I genuinely thought I was going to pass out because I was so tired. I went through a phase where I just couldn't keep myself awake, so that was the last time I'd done a longish journey, and I couldn't cope with it. But since then, because it's been a year since that happened, I feel so much better, and I'm not at risk of being hyperthyroid anymore, so they've kind of said you're okay. I've changed a lot with my diet, I've changed a lot with my lifestyle, especially not drinking caffeine. That's a big thing that I've done, and I feel so much better for it, to be honest. So yeah, I wanted to test whether I could drive that distance, because the thought has crossed my mind of being a HGV driver, and I didn't know if I could cope with doing long distance driving. So I asked if I could take over and drive, so I did. From the toll services, I drove all the way back to Portsmouth, and I didn't feel tired. And we got home at about 9 o'clock at night, and I still didn't feel tired, so I was pretty impressed by that. So yeah, I think I could cope with it if I wanted to do it. I just gotta get up the money to bloody do the test, which is a lot. Anybody who's a HGV driver will know that. It's a good couple of grand. And obviously, I don't have that in my pocket right now. I just got a house last year. I don't have that in my pocket. So yeah. It's all a waiting game. God, I literally have everybody knows I've driven a lot on this game. I don't drive down the same roads. I always try to adjust where I'm going so that I cover roads I haven't driven down before, but it has added so many roads being on ProMods. It's ridiculous. I like it. I'm not complaining about it. I just love how realistic all these signs are. All the little bits of detail that... for sad people like me who are playing a simulator for the detail, it's absolutely amazing. I love it. Mate, that's a hard shoulder. You're not meant to drive on that. Or was he on the hard shoulder? I don't think he was. It just looked like he was. Especially since I've had this game for so long, and since we've moved to this house, I've been able to borrow Josh's steering wheel, and we've got a steering wheel stand. I've got a proper, not like a proper sim racing stand, but I've got a better stand than just, say, connected it to a table, and this stand is a game changer. For 70 quid, it is so sturdy and it's brilliant. I highly recommend these guys for steering wheel stands. They do proper Sims racing stands as well, but for what I have, for the size of the room I have, I needed something like this, small, that could fold away. It's absolutely brilliant. Well worth the money I paid for it. It's so heavy as well. Because we keep it in the spare bedroom, and trying to drag it from there to literally the tiny little office that I'm in, it's it's hard work. Really hard work. Oh look, another toll. I was sorry. I thought you forgot about putting in toll stations, because I genuinely was getting so used to not having a toll. So here we go. Another one bites the dust. Yes, the scanny ones are on this side. Oh, shut up. I'm not going out of the lane. Calm down. My eyes are open. I'm not asleep. Open the gate. Why is it so slow? Always terrified I'm going to just smack into it, which I have done that before. When it's literally just touched the top of the roof on my cab, and I've been like, no! Oh dear. More roads I'm going down that I've apparently never been down. So yes, it's relatively easy to install the ProMods, I have to say. You end up having to go into the mod folder. You have to unpack the files, and then put it into the mod folder, and that's it, it's done. It all just works. It's really easy to install. I thought it was going to be much harder, because I'm not exactly a computer buff. I know my fair share, but I don't know going into modding games and that kind of thing. But I knew that it was relatively easy with ETS anyway. Obviously I knew it wouldn't be something you just add from the Steam workshop. No, I get that. It was something you have to actually put in the mod folder. But I didn't realise it would be that easy to just get it to work. So, yeah, very impressed. Whew, 41 hours. Jeez. And ironically, we'll get there on a Saturday. Ha! It's already Saturday, so we will get there on a Saturday. Yeah, when we went to the Festival Speed, I actually sat in a DAF truck. Second year I've done that. 2 years ago when we went, the DAF truck was there, and I was like, oh my god, and I sat in the passenger seat. But this time I got to sit in the driver's seat, and I am really shocked. As somebody who's not actually been in a truck before, they look, no jokes, so much bigger in real life than they are in this. Considering I'm playing a simulator, I thought it would be relatively the same. Oh no, 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 no. It's much bigger in real life. And I was just sitting there thinking, I could imagine me doing this. And it was a right-hand drive as well. It was a UK truck. So I started going, oh yeah, I can imagine me doing this. Yes. Shut it. Who's this coming up behind us then? Oh, it's Wolf Logistics. You caught up with me, finally. What speed were you doing? Jesus Christ. Even though you're doing about the same speed as me now. Strange. I love the fact it tells you what areas of Italy you're going through. I find that amazing. I won't blow my horn at you because you didn't do it earlier, so I wouldn't expect you to do it now. You still got your indicator on, mate. Still on. Nice trailer though. The indicator lights are actually on the back of the trailer. Nice. Like that. They're on the trailer doors. Nice. yeah, I find there's less people going around like mad asses in ProMods, so I appreciate the fact that people are going a little bit slower, because you can get some right twats in Simulator 1. And they're not in pilot cars either, they just genuinely are in HGVs driving around like juggernauts in Call of Duty, just full-blown ploughing people out of the way. It's like, okay. That's another logo I recognise. Love it. Oh, just a little attention to detail. And it's good, because the one criticism I had when I always play Sim 1 is when you go to the UK, everything looks really pretty much a vanilla map. It's all just the same bit of grass everywhere. With this, it's not, and it's great. But then I realised it's because all the DLC packs are in ProMods, but they're not in the Simulation 1, so I was kind of like, oh, okay, that makes total sense. That's why it looks so plain and boring in the UK, because it is the base game and that is it. I think they've adapted it a little bit since then. But now that in ProMods it looks even better, I can't express that enough. It looks so good. So yeah, it has filled in some of the places I've been to and some of the roads I've driven down, but it hasn't filled in all of them. So yeah. $110? Okay, no, I'm joking. I don't want to take the piss, because that would be taking the piss. Love to say thanks to everyone who's watching. Some of you may be completely new to this channel and not even seen one of my videos, that's fine, but it's great to see that I've had 14 views on here, because I played Call of Duty on Thursday. I got one view the entire time. I was one view, not watching me the whole time, just one view. I was like, this is insane. I don't know. I know I'm not the greatest at Call of Duty, but I don't know how it is that I get zero attention on Call of Duty. Even the edited videos I do just get nothing, and I'm like, okay, I'm not going to be insulted because I'm not that good at Call of Duty. I do it to take the piss out of myself because I am a crap player. When I say I'm crap, I've got better. I get positive KDs almost every game now. I used to get negatives most of the time, so I'm getting better. I just don't take it seriously, that's all. And I think I don't see the point in taking a game like that seriously, because it's not realistic. It's Call of Duty, for Christ's sake. But yeah, so I really appreciate you guys for watching this video, because it means a lot to me. I get more attention from EuroTruck Simulator, and I don't know why. But also, for anybody who searched it and is now watching my video, you just get to see what the ProMods looks like on here, and how TruckersMP looks, which, yeah, when you're not with people, it's very blank. What can I say? There's no AI, but it's, yeah, even if it's just for you guys to completely ignore what I'm saying and see what I'm doing, that's great. And like I say, it's not as popular as Simulation 1 on Truckers multiplayer, so it's pretty dormant. You pass people every now and then, more than you do on the US Truckers multiplayer. When you go on ATS, my god, as those servers are so quiet. I can't even get over how quiet they are. You literally will go an entire way across America and go, I haven't seen a single person. What is this? It's so bad. But do you know what? I don't know why people don't take to American Truck Simulator as well. I to be fair, I just enjoy going to places I know and going past places that I recognise. And that's okay. I've never been to Italy, but it's nice to go through these areas and just see the change in scenery. for me with ATS, it looked very vanilla. They've done a lot of work on it since, and I really appreciate that. But for me, there's still not enough there. It's a funny thing, because when I was a kid, I preferred American trucks over European trucks, that's for sure. They have more character. I really like American trucks. And you get, for me, shut it, you get more iconic trucks. You got things like Optimus Prime, but he looks more like a European truck, that's for sure, but an American version. You've got the war rig from Mad Max. It's like all these different trucks that are really famous that you don't really have that on here. Because one of my favourite films that my dad would sit and watch with me as a kid was Smokey and the Bandit, which was had truckers in it. Obviously the Convoy song comes from that. Things I used to love. Loved that film. I still watch that film now. Oh my god, take your sweet ass time. Do you want me to hit it? That was the other thing about going to Wales, completely going off subject. On the way to Wales, we got to the toll, because we went on the same road but the other way, and we got through the toll and realised that all the traffic was going really slowly, and we were like, what the hell's happened? We're on the toll road, it should be quiet. They were escorting a wide convoyed vehicle, and I was like, oh my god. And I looked up ahead and I could see it. They had the escort vehicles in front and behind. I was like, that guy is clearly doing a heavy haul mission on EuroTruck Simulator right now. As sad as I am. But it's the idiocy. I know this is why Josh is very concerned about me being a HGV driver. It's the idiocy of other people. You get some very special people driving on the road, nothing like AIs. AIs have more of a brain cell compared to half the people driving on the road. And so many people were trying to get right up behind the lorry and then realising, oh shit, I can't pass it because it's going really slow and it's taking up the entire dual carriageway. Oh dear, what am I going to do? So I'm going to sit up his arse. Right, because that's the answer. At the end of the day, you've got to obey to the escort vehicles. They are the ones trying to help you and stop you from getting in way of getting hit by a lorry that's very wide. But people don't think about that, and it aggravates me big time. But I have to say, since I met Josh and he came into my life, I've become much more chilled about driving. I think playing this helps as well, because when you're playing with AIs, the AI is just doing what it's programmed to do, it does stupid things. They all do. You get some quirky moments with AI vehicles, but you just kind of carry on. Because at the end of the day, you're slower than everybody you're on the road with. So you've just got to kind of live with the fact that they're passing you and doing stupid things. You've just got to be aware of what they're doing. So I think I have the mentality for being a HGV driver. It's the funding of it that I don't think I'm going to be able to get by. That's for sure. And it takes like a good 8 weeks to learn, which is bonkers really, but I can understand it. There's so much to learn, as well as the hitching up a trailer and knowing where to plug what cables into to make sure that all the lights work and stuff. You've then got on top, you've got to have the awareness that you're in a long vehicle and you can't see in particular places. You have blind spots, like directly in front of me. We did have one trucker, he put his thumb up to us, because this Mercedes pulled up alongside him and he needed to overtake the lorry in front of him, and the Mercedes was matching his speed with nothing in front of him, and he was trying to annoy him, and we kept flashing the HGV driver to pull out, and we left a massive gap so he could overtake the lorry. But he then hit a hill and he didn't have the momentum to pass this guy and go up the hill, so he pulled back, and when we passed him he put his thumb up to us because he really appreciated that we did that. It's just having a little bit of recognition that I know what they're going through from having not the greatest lorry in the world and having to get up a hill with something quite heavy in the back. It's hard. It's really hard. So that kind of made our day. That was near Winchester, so we were quite happy about that. We were like, yeah, good start to a journey, to then find that we were going to sit in traffic for 11 hours. Give me strength. I've been from down here, from West Sussex to Scotland, and we did it overnight, and we didn't touch any traffic. And our personal mindset is, me and Josh, we would get up extremely early to go to somewhere and try and get there for like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. By this point, we didn't eat until about 8 o'clock at night, because by the time we'd got there, we then had to go out and get food because it was too late to cook. So we managed to find a fish and chip shop in near the town that we were staying in, which obviously in Wales is quite desolate, and the only place you're going to find things like a fish and chip shop is in a town. So we went to the town, came back. To be fair, not going to lie, the best fish and chips I've ever had. That fish was so fresh. Oh my god, it was amazing. But yeah, so we in our mindset would have got up really early to go, but yeah, I don't think anybody anticipated it was going to be that bad last weekend. Everybody just wanted to go to Wales. You can understand why the Welsh don't like the English. I can clearly understand. It's just we hog their country in the summer. For what reason? It's a beautiful place, don't get me wrong, but you kind of think, why? Considering I work in travel insurance, it doesn't make any sense to me why anybody would desperately want to go to Wales. I want to go to Wales for a drive in my car because there's so many beautiful roads out there and so much beautiful scenery, but I wouldn't be going there for just nothing. But then I do believe Josh was saying there's a ferry that goes across to Ireland from there, so a lot of people probably going on that ferry or to the Isle of Man. So yeah, that would make sense. All Josh kept going on about is how he wanted to be riding his motorbike up there on the roads in Wales, and I can understand it in a way. There's some beautiful roads up there. And the GRRC, Goodwood Road and Racing Club, they do regional drives and they do one for Wales, and I would love to do the Welsh one. We did the Lake District one. That was the weekend I got engaged. But we did the Lake District one, even with my dislocated shoulder. Yeah, we did that. I didn't get to drive, obviously, because I wasn't allowed, which was disappointing. I was really excited to be driving, but I enjoyed the day anyway. It's funny, I remember back to that drive, because that was a long drive, obviously up to the Lake District, and we stayed in a hotel in the middle of nowhere. It was a lovely hotel, actually, really nicely renovated. It was just really nice. But yeah, we stayed in that hotel, and I fell asleep twice on the way up there, and on the way back I fell asleep twice. When we went to Wales, I didn't fall asleep at all. I wasn't tired any way through it, and I did, to be fair, I did have a can of Monster on the way there, and I did have one on the way back. I had a can of Monster and a can of Red Bull, the flavoured Red Bull, not just the standard. It was the tropical Red Bull, yes, yeah, because we tried that at the Festival Speed, and I saw it and I was like, yeah, I've got to get it. But even then, that didn't make me tired the next day. I have to say, coming off of having caffeine, you realise how much your body depended on it before, and now I just have decaf of everything. I might every now and then have a can of Red Bull or whatever, or a caffeinated coffee, especially when you're at the Festival Speed, because allegedly, funny story, being a GRRC member, we have an enclosure at the Festival Speed that we get to stay in, and we went there in the morning to get a coffee. I asked for decaf and I got some snobby response that they don't do decaf, but the guy was really snobby with me about it, and I thought, do you know what? It's a bit rude, that is. You don't have to act like a snob just because we all pay 300 quid a year to be in this membership. I thought that was incredibly rude. So yeah, wasn't happy that day. So Festival Speed, to be fair, I had to have caffeinated coffee and tea all day, all through the weekend, because I was there all weekend, which annoyed me a little bit. Tunnel coming up! Whoop whoop! I can't use the ordinary horn now. Oh, we're in Imola! Oh, we're in Imola! Where's the circuit? I don't think it's the same. Emilia, not Imola. Knowing where places are, to me, is... I was good at geography at school. Trying to pinpoint where places are on a map is really hard for me. Don't get me wrong, anybody who was born in the 90s might have grown up with this. I used to play the free game of GeoGuessr on Google. I even got my dad into playing it, which was quite fun. He'd really enjoy playing it, and it's still going. I can't believe that you could still play GeoGuessr. If we put Josh's nephew on it, he probably wouldn't have a bloody clue. It's so funny. Love GeoGuessr. Did quite well on it, to be fair. So, we're nearly coming up to 2,000 kilometres to go. Doing really well. Passing Florence, wow. And we're going to pass our fair Verona. If you were drunk and you read that top, the last place that we just went over on the road, you would have thought it said Ferrari. There was an A instead of an I. Oh, yeah, at the end. Not at all confusing. I love it. In Simulation 1, I'm ploughing around doing 100 kilometers per hour. In ProMods, I do 90 because I just enjoy looking at the scenery because everything looks different. It is quite funny. I remember because I played the original EuroTruck Simulator before they brought out this one, and it was genuinely just the UK. It was and everything was so... It's remembering this game because it's so old now, but look how good it is. It's like, oh my god, hats off to them. I really... And I've played so many hours on it. I've been playing for so many years, and I absolutely love it. Most people who know me know that my driving, me and cars, was a very early thing. I loved cars. And I had loads of toy cars that I used to put out on a mat, and I used to move them along, and I'd be sat there for hours just moving toy cars around like I was driving them. And then one day my mum decided that she was going to treat me to an Xbox 360, and she got me test drive and a steering wheel, and my god, that was the start. Of course, then when the 360 died, and by the time that had come round, Test Drive 2 was now about, and that was beginning to, they were closing down their servers. I had nowhere to drive, so ETS became the next best thing, but I didn't have a steering wheel for my computer, so, because obviously I played on laptop. I played on laptop, then on a MacBook Pro, and now and then went back to a laptop, but it was a gaming laptop. And now I've got my Novatech Region computer. Say region. Why did I say that? That's not what it's called. I've got my Rain Novatech computer. Which, yeah, I spent £2.5 grand on, and everything looks so good on it. I'm glad I did that. But it's a step I needed to take. So now Josh plays on my laptop. I keep saying to him he's got to come on TruckersMP, and he keeps complaining that he needs a steering wheel to do it. So I keep saying I'm just going to buy a Moses racing steering wheel then. And he keeps saying no, not when there's a perfectly decent one upstairs. Logitech steering wheel. I will eventually get what I want, and it will be a Moser racing wheel. But it might be the next house along, which we've confirmed we will have a proper gaming room, and then I can get a proper sim racing chair and fit it all. I'm going to try and play some more iRacing this weekend and try and get a little bit better, because my safety rating is total crap. And I wish I could find out how I can get it to be better. It's very frustrating. I was waiting for that, you know. I was waiting for you to start dinging at me. Heading towards Verona. At least you know when you're looking around, if it dings at you, you know you've got to start pointing straight. Very annoying when you're on narrow roads though. Bloody Mercedes F1 colours over there. Gee whiz. Who the hell is coming up at me at fucking 100 knots? This guy. In the same VTC, ironically, as that other guy. That was an accident. I didn't mean to press my parking brake. Whoops. At least I know my parking brake works, eh? There we go. I don't actually know. No, I've got no damage. I'm doing well at the moment. Not that I tend to get damage on here. Thank God. Almost coming up to it. Less than 100 kilometres and then we'll be 2,000 left. Never done a south to north haul. Normally it's west to east or east to west. Another toll coming up, I'm presuming. Look at that, just look at the mountains. It's beautiful. Don't know how. That miles per gallon is never accurate. I'm pretty sure it isn't, because look how far I've gone. I swear it doesn't change from 6.5 either. I don't... that would be one thing. If they could get you so you can reset it, that'd be good. Because I reset it every time I fill up in my actual car in real life. Because I like to know what miles per gallon my car's doing. It's petrol, but still. Got it. It was a boat. A big boat. The boat. Shut up. God damn. Shut it! Oh my god. So annoying. So, we can't be far from halfway at the moment. We're getting there. We're about to hit 2,000 kilometres to go. Any second now. And there it is, 2,000 kilometres to go. So 3,472 in total. So you're looking at about 1,766, I think. 36, 46, around that. 1,700 mark, we're halfway. So we've got another 300 kilometres to go and we'll be at halfway point. Which ain't too bad. We're coming up to Germany, that's for sure. Oh, look at this. It's just so pretty. Hats off to the detail they're putting into the trees. Jesus Christ, that's impressive. They look like actual trees. And we got another toll coming up. I'm assuming there's going to be a tunnel. That's probably why there's a toll. Am I wrong or am I wrong? Probably wrong. See, some people are just antisocial. Right, left hand side for scanny. Alright, see, so I'm doing 30, I'm doing less than 30. Look how slow it'll go. So slow. Even though I'm doing 30, it's still really slow. God damn. Speed! I see an Italian flag. I told you it was a tunnel. God, look at me. I just know. So I'm assuming we're passing a border. We are. Look at that. You didn't ding at me. I'm very confused. Am I going through there? I am, aren't I? Shit. My bad. I don't normally do this. But I was confused as to why it was sending us off in a completely beaten track. But I'll take it. I like going down special little roads like this. And to the left. Nice. That's what it was like in the UK. So we're in Austria? Am I right in thinking that? Oh. I think we're in Austria. I could be totally wrong. Probably am. As I say, my geography is not the greatest. Another toll. Hey! Yes, I know. Taverny Muchley. That was a lovely toll. No gate or anything. Shut up. There are no lines. So shut it. God damn. World's most annoying thing. Let's face it, I'm not exactly fucking moving my steering wheel around that much. Oh dear. It's going to beep any second now. That was impressive, considering I'm doing 88 kilometers per hour. It was well over speed limit for that corner, but I held it like a champ. Looks like I'm going to be coming off in a second. No, I'm not. Ramp! Go up the ramp! No, I'm joking. I would have as well. That would have broken the game, that's for sure. Yes, I know. I had an itchy ear. I am sorry. So I was holding my wheel one-handed. I do apologise, even though I'm holding it one-handed most of the time. It's just so beautiful. I love the hum when it's happily, merrily sitting at a good RPM. Oh dear. A little bit tired, went to bed very late last night. It's because Joshy was working late and we stayed up and had a natter. And like you said, we went to bed at what, nearly midnight? That was like 4 hours past my bedtime. I go to bed at 9 normally. Well, between 9 and 10. I get in bed, then I read. Oh. You're right, baby girl. My baby girl just got up and started looking around. I know why. Josh is home. I can hear the sound of a motorbike humming. We're almost up to halfway. Almost. Not sure how long I've been doing this stream now. Probably an hour and a half. You guys are pretty bored shitless. Like, for fuck's sake, just stop. That's where half of you probably left already. Just like, nah. Boring me to death. We're 1,667 at the moment, so yeah, we're going to be hitting about halfway in a sec. 28 hours, yeah, because it was about 40 hours, wasn't it? Same, we're going to get there on Friday now. Do you know why? Because I've turned fatigue simulation off as well, so we don't have to stop. Because it was getting a bit tedious after a while, so yeah, here we are. Without fatigue simulation. Otherwise we probably would have been there Sunday, Monday. I get the feeling. Maybe around Sunday, Monday. I'm trying to think, you can only do like, is it 9-10 hours of driving? And then you have to stop? Or is it 8? I don't know. A lot of hours anyway. Let's be honest, you probably sleep for 8. So you're going to be stopping at least 4 times. 8 hours extra each time. 16, 24. Hard to do when you're concentrating on driving. 42. 42? 32. Yeah. I think. Oh. This has got to slow down now. What we got? Roadworks? Pretty much, yeah. Shut it. I don't need to go. That was a very last minute choice by me. I didn't realise it was taking me to the services. Whoops. Hello, goodbye. Didn't expect that in Germany. Wow. Speed! Almost there. There we go. Yeah, we're probably about halfway now. And we're in Germany. Still a long way to go. That's an excited baby girl. I am streaming, yes. I decided to do it in the end. I was having doubts this morning. I was like, ugh, I don't know. I want to just play without having to entertain. And yeah, I decided to do it anyway. Because why not? Feel like, no, maybe I can get around this at 90. Yeah, it should be okay. Whoop. Just waiting for it to ding then, but we stayed in the lines. Nuremberg. I've always wondered where the actual autobahn is on ETS. Oh, I am going right. Fully right. Wow. Good job I actually made an effort to look at the sat-nav then, eh? Otherwise that would have been like, oh, whoops, going the wrong way. Now you're stuck with me longer. This is when you tell me this is the autobahn. Tracker! It's showing a green arrow for the hard shoulder, so is it... Can I go on the green? I guess I can. It's not as if I'm going to get penalised for it, let's be honest. I've turned infringements off. Oh, shut up. It told me to go there. Don't give me that. Don't give me that. Bloody system telling me what to do. You can't tell me what to do. I'll need to think about getting fuel shortly. You think though, the tank on this Scania is massive. It's got me over halfway. It's impressive. He's hauling a trailer with a trailer. Wait for it to beep at me again. There it is. long way till we're getting out of Germany. Toot toot! Toot toot! Right hand lane for HGVs, oakley dokley. Another toll is on its way? Or is this just because of the width of the road? It's one or the other. Okay. Concept of this road is confusing me. Oh my god, we're going above you all. Okay. So we can belittle you in our massive trucks. Got a bit of banking, liking this. Liking. Oh no. You keep going. Don't worry about the speed limit. I slowed down thinking I was needing to stop, but I didn't, so you carry on. Helicopter, helicopter. He used his ordinary horn. Although no, I don't think he did. That was his air horn. It does sound different for particular trucks, I have to say. I noticed that as I've been chopping and changing between various different ones. We're going straight. We're going straight. Towards Berlin. What a name, Monster Viking. Yeah, we're coming off in a minute. As much as it is useful that it tells you how long you got left of the journey, I don't tend to keep that screen up because you got the sat nav right there. It used to be like a piddly little screen that nobody could ever read properly, but now it's a proper screen. So there's no real reason for me to have the tab up showing me where the sat nav's wanting me to go. Oh, I just realised I don't have a head cushion. Oh! Grab it, yank it off the radiator. That's better. I was like, something's missing here, I can't understand it, and I was looking straight at it. God's sake. Because I had to take it off yesterday when I was iRacing. Because I had my VR headset on. And yeah, it has quite a bulky back to it, so... So you can't have the cushion here as well, otherwise you'll be leaning forwards, which is a little bit annoying. Still heading towards Berlin, because I think we're genuinely going to pass Berlin. Yes, we are. Then we go to Finland. Is it Finland? Oh my god. I did get my allotted hours sleep last night. I just don't know why I'm so tired. Probably because I'm out of routine. Like I say, I'd normally be in the office at work for 2 days a week, but now I'm down to 1, which was yesterday. It's going to be Wednesday next week. So it's like, oh, okay. If any of the people watching this stream are the ones that watch Ark on my channel, I am really sorry that the quality of the recent videos has been crap. The next one that comes out next week is the last of the crap quality ones. I couldn't afford to go back and re-record everything. But we have done a recording session since, and I've sorted out the quality issues. I had the settings wrong on OBS. It was my bad. Then I realised about the auto-configure option, which configures it for streaming or for recording. So every time I stop streaming, I auto-configure it back to being for recording. And now I've learned my lesson with that. That's why the quality was so bad, which is totally 100% my fault. Being stupid. Stupid. Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming, swimming, swimming. What do we do? I'd like to swim and swim in. Still going towards Berlin. God, Germany's big, isn't it? Oh dear. Another 400 kilometres and we'll be 2/3 of the way there, everybody. Hold on, we're getting closer. Can't believe it's saying I haven't driven down any of these roads. So these are all new roads. That's insane. There's so many. Absolutely insane. There's loads. And everybody move to the right hand side. Right hand side. Oh, I was coming home and this guy came over. There's like a little bridge that goes over a road that's underneath, and this guy came up the slip road from underneath the bridge to join onto the roads going over the bridge, and he just cut the hatchings, got into the right hand lane. I'd like to point out this was quite a few cars back, but I saw him do it. He was in a Mercedes. I was in the left hand lane, going to go around this bend. There's 2 lanes, one goes left and the right hand lane goes left, but they're both on separate traffic lights because the left hand lane has only a pedestrian crossing and the right hand lane has a whole set of traffic lights going round a roundabout that it has to cater for. So he got in the right hand lane. I'd like to point out there's a massive gap between me and the car behind me, like I'm talking 5 or 6 cars worth of a gap. So I start to pull up to the pedestrian crossing, well, the traffic light crossing, and he decides he wants to go between me and the car in front of me. Now, I'd like to point out, I was not up the person's arse in front of me, I was behind them, naturally, with a gap for braking. And he wanted to get into that gap when there was a massive gap behind me. And do you know what? Considering he was in... It was a badly treated Mercedes saloon, and I was in my Fiesta ST, I didn't let him in. I held my ground, and he had to pull in at the last minute before mounting up onto the pavement into the gap behind me. And he was very cross. So then when we came out of that little section, you come along to some more hatchings. He crossed those hatchings and got into the right hand lane. 3 cars ahead of me, he shot in front of the car there and got back into the left lane. And I was like, what was the actual point of that? The guy was probably as young as I am. I say as young, I'm not that young, nearly 30 now, but you know, I was like, really? What did you gain out of that? That's really poor. Luckily I have a dash cam, so I've saved it all. I have rear and front dash cam. just so you got the whole footage of him cutting the hatchets behind me and then doing it again twice. Because why not? I love how he veered in to try and get into the gap, and I held my line, and then he veered back out because he realised I wasn't going to stop. It's like, nope. Committed. You're alongside me and you're trying to push me out of the way. Not happening, mate. There's a gap behind me. You can move into that. You've been told. Dear Lord. Well, as it's dinged and it's saying on my tracker that I need to refuel soon, obviously I can see the little red light in the bottom of my speedo telling me that I need to fuel. Hopefully. Yeah, there's one coming up. Nice. Easy. No need to worry. Elbe. The River Elbe. 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 Okay. And it has a little tower next to it. Okay. Interesting name for a river. Quite like that. No, nothing. Okay. Antisocial. Gah. How wooed. Services are coming up, coming up, coming up. Services are coming up. Need to refuel. I bet it won't be 88p. I bet it won't. Nope. Welcome to the land of 160, 170p. 145. It's a whole 60p more to get fuel here than Malta. For God's sake. 60p more per litre. God damn. When we went to Malta, we were genuinely considering buying some jerry cans and filling them up to bring them home. It's double! It's nearly double the cost to get fuel in Germany compared to Malta. Oh my God. That's so upsetting. So that fuel, that whole tank of fuel has lasted me that long. Since we've been at Malta, it's lasted me that long. And we're just out that side of Berlin now. That's pretty good. You gotta give it that. Economy is definitely there. So we should get all the way to our destination then, without needing to fuel up again. That's 2,200 kilometres that tank of fuel's taken me. That's absolutely nuts. And here we go again. And the journey continues. Coming off at the next junction, I believe. Just here. Because we're going to avoid Berlin and go around the outside. 2 trailer park girls go around the outside. Oh, yes, I know. I'm very well. Shut up. I'm aware. Stop dinging at me. We're almost 2/3 of the way there. We're getting there, everybody. We're getting there. And just like that, the environment changes. Love it. Here comes another one. Alright. Bloody antisocial people in Germany. God, it's like being in Wales. Coming off again. Bloody hell. I'm not staying on roads for very long, am I? Almost, we're very close to 2/3. Very close. This has been a very long stream. I am sorry to the people watching. But it can't be that bad because you're choosing to sit here and watch me. And I thank you very much for that. I know. Shut it. Such a bloody... If this is the attitude of my Scania lorry, then it needs to rein its neck in. Big time. Met quite a few people though, considering there was only 660 when I joined. There's probably more now. You tend to find an influx in the afternoon. Someone's coming towards us. I was going to say, someone's getting closer. Another itch. Yes, I have another itch. Another person who's, whatchamacallit, So yeah, that icon that came up next to him, the little gold icon, that's the same icon I got against my name because I pay money to Truckers Multiplayer each month for them to do well, so. Becoming a patron. Oh, only 60 kilometres to go and then we'll be 2/3 of the way there. 2/3 down. Getting to the top of Germany now. The tippy top. I don't know what it is about doing this, it's just so easy to do. Not bored, I'm quite merrily. And people said to me, yeah, it's very different to do it on PC to real life, but okay, yeah, you're in the real environment in real life, but the whole principle of sitting here and just driving for so many hours is the same. So really, it's just on a bigger scale, much bigger scale. I see a boat on that sign. A boat to where? Not a clue. But we're going towards the boat. The boat. Towards the boat. Wherever the boat will take us. Oh, we're very close now. We're going to hit it any second now. Two-thirds down. 1/3 to go. 1,000 kilometres to go. Only 1,000. God. Thank you everybody so much for watching me. Oh dear. If you're watching this stream and you haven't gone and installed ProMods, or you haven't got Truckers Multiplayer, or you haven't even got EuroTruck Simulator, then go and get it. For God's sake. Playing it is better than watching me. Unless you're genuinely just enjoying being driven around by someone like me. Which is your own thing. I'm not gonna not gonna judge. Totally got my hands off the wheel right now. Until it beeps at me going, you're about to move out of the lane. Beep beep. Crap. Give me sass. Isn't that right, Scania? You're a sassy Scania. Still go towards that bloody boat. Whatever the boat sign is referring to. Anybody get the feeling we're going to hit a toll in a minute? Still go towards the bloody boat sign. Follow the sign with the boat on it. I feel like we're going to need to slow down a second. Because this corner is looking quite tight. Ooh, yes it is. We're going on the boat. I totally forgot there was a boat crossing. Wow. We're going on a boat crossing. Woo! Much bigger ferry than we've been on so far, that's for sure. Love the ferries in Malta, they were so cheap. Because of course to get to Gozo you had to go on the ferry. It was so cheap. Got to open the barrier. A little bit closer. There we go. Am I going to get scanned? Is that what happens here? Yeah, got to go past the security check. And let me guess, there's an X-ray in here? That was an X-ray. There's definitely an X-ray in there. I'm not importing drugs, it's vaccines. Okay? I'm not smuggling, I swear. God, are we warming our tyres up for a bloody Grand Prix? A lot of corners here. Doing a lot of weaving. Here we are, on the ferry. On the ferry we go. It's like we're going on holiday. Echo. Well, I'm assuming I'm going straight across, right? Not that you'd be able to tell. Oh, I'll go to Sweden, so maybe that way? I want to say that way, because we're going to Sweden, so this is when I find I've taken the wrong ferry. No? Correct one. There we go. Thank God for that, eh? So we're in Sweden, we're in our final destination country! On the way to our destination! Woo! Woo! You're doing another left turn. There's a plane that's landing in a very precarious way. Wouldn't say that was a very safe landing, just landing like a belly flop. I don't play much Flight Simulator myself, but I'd say that's wrong. Especially for a jumbo jet. Now we're really picking up speed. Do-do-do, less than 1,000 kilometers to go. Do-do-do. Oh, the destination is within sight. Can literally see it on the map now. We're gonna make it. This stream has got to be like 2.5 hours long, surely. I feel like I started this around 12ish. Maybe just after 12. It's 2 o'clock now. It's got to be. speed limit change. Ooh. Bit of tyre squeal there. Don't want to get, well, I won't get done because I've turned it off, but there's a HGV coming towards us, I feel. No, he's disappeared. Maybe he went the other way. Oh, shut it. You don't need to tell me about a barrier. I think I will know that if I've got anywhere near it, don't you? Cruise control initiated. Here we go. The final stint. It's going to pass through Stockholm. Carry on. We're on the home stretch. I have to say the scenery has definitely changed all the way from the south to the north. More antisocial people. The more north I go, the more antisocial you all are. God's sake. Just rude. Towards Stockholm. At least we know pretty much follow signs for Stockholm, because we're going to have to go through it, so makes life easier. Unknown trucker. Is that because you don't know who you are, or because other people don't know who you are? Or because you're unknown about whether you want to be a trucker or not? Which one is it? Hey! At least got one person to toot. I always remember Yogscast and Trucking Tuesday. That's where I get it from. Trucking Tuesday! They played some very ridiculous games. Back when simulators were more awful than they are now. There was some cracking, ridiculous simulators back then. Antisocial. And we're both orange as well. That's just rude. Gonna take a break away from the screen after I finish this job. 501. That's how far away it is from Stockholm. It feels so far away. That's because it is. Not as many people up this end of the woods. There was a lot in Italy. A lot in Italy. Bit different down here though. Down here? Up here. That's the one. Up, not down. Up, up. Not down. Oh, roads are getting narrower. Oh. Hey. God, as I say that, the game glitches so much because it's loading people in. Jesus. Oh, shut it. I've got my indicator on. God damn, you're such a needy person. Can I move back over? Nah, it's going to go into one road. No point. Better put my indicator on. That'd be the correct thing to do. Coming up to 500 kilometres left. Be there soon. Gradually getting there. It's always the worst part. It's the end of a convoy. You feel like you should be moving faster. That's how we were when we were coming back from Wales. Kind of like, oh my god. Every mile seems ridiculously long. I thought that the sat-nav was playing tricks on us. It's ridiculous. So yeah. Similar principle with this. That's for sure. I apologise, because you're going to hear some crying from the baby girl, because I think as Josh has just gone out, he's left the gate closed, which, you know, we're going to know about it in a minute. There it is. So you might hear a little bit of whimpering and crying. We're trying to get her to get used to being on her own because she's becoming very dependent on us. So there will be howling as well. You might not be able to hear it, which would be great. But I'm going to leave her down there until we finish this convoy. Because she needs to learn to be on her own. Simple as that. There it is. And the crying and the howling. She really howls. I've never had a dog that howls before. Since she's a puppy, she's been howling and it's like, oh my god. I know. I've got it. Ow. she's going to hear me and be worse as well. So I'm just going to put my other headphone on and ignore it. I can't hear it because these Razer headphones are so good for noise cancelling. I can't hear anything. So she can howl and cry to her heart's content. I can't hear any of it. Still can't see. I find this... Now you can probably hear it. As you go north, when it gets darker, you can't actually hear the... Here. That's because she's howling. She's howling so loud as well. It gets much brighter, so it's like 9 o'clock now in game. And look how bright it is. I find you don't tend to need full beam as much when you're in the north part of the world, northern part of the world. Still can't see it. You could just see it. It's barely. She's probably sat right by the gate, just howling her head off now. Yep, I can hear her. I can hear her through the noise-cancelling headphones. I can hear her. She's got to get used to it, though. Tough shit. That's my attitude. Since we come back from Wales, or even before that, she's been so clingy, and I don't know why. Don't know why. But it's got to stop. The only way to do that is to separate her from us. Meow. I just realised it's now telling me what the temperature is outside. So it's 20 degrees. Wow. No, you're antisocial as well. No, not you, Isla. You're not. Howling away. To be fair, you probably can't hear her over the truck. Thank goodness. All I can hear is howling because she's directly below me downstairs, really. That's all I can hear. She's such a howler. I've never had a dog that howls. So when I first heard her howling, I couldn't stop laughing. I genuinely couldn't. I just find it really funny. I've never had a dog that howls. Luckily our neighbours aren't in at the moment, I don't think. Oh, we're getting close to Stockholm. I don't know why it says in the bottom that I'm listening to George's radio. I don't know why it says that. You see at the bottom of my dashboard, in the middle, between the two dials, right at the bottom it says George's radio. I don't know why it says that. Even when I'm listening to radio stations, it still says George's radio, and I'm like, who the hell is George? Tell me. I need to meet him someday. His radio station, apparently I'm listening to it 24/7. Okay, what date, when are we saying now? Yes, it's still saying we're going to arrive on Friday. Obviously much earlier than anticipated. Still can't really see. Wow, it's just so bright. We're almost hitting a milestone. This is going to get a lot of profit in for my VTC. £252,000. That's bonkers. Any second now. Always takes longer than I think it will. We're almost there. There we go, 500 kilometres to go. We're almost at Stockholm. Normally I tell it by how many hours are left. 4 hours, that's nothing. That's nothing in-game time. When I say in-game time, obviously Truckers multiplayer is running slower than the actual time would in ETS. So it's not exactly 4 hours compared to that clock on there. Oh my god. It's less than that. Gonna take a break. Go and get a cup of tea. Decaf cup of tea with some honey in. And yeah. Need to catch up on House of the Dragon. I've just watched one of the episodes where on the new season where they, well, the king got barbecued essentially. He was such a twat, I don't like him. That's exactly what I wanted to see and I was very happy about it. Oh dear. So I've watched that episode. I started watching the next one after that, but Josh came home and then he complained that I was watching it without him, when I'm not lying, he has no interest in it whatsoever, because it's not Game of Thrones and there's no Peter Dinklage. That was his response. So he refuses to watch it. Even though this is the man who's watched all of Game of Thrones except the last episode. He has not seen the last episode. To this day, he still hasn't seen it. But then I also saw on Now TV that the Daryl Dixon series is on there, so I'm very excited about that and I want to get on to watching that. I haven't watched the final episode of The Ones Who Lived yet, because I was cheating. I was watching it off of a website and the final episode didn't get uploaded to the website, so I was like, no. So I've just been waiting for it to come on Now TV now. So I need to watch that. Another orange truck. Hey! What? What are you doing up here? I need to check the gate downstairs, don't I? So, funny story. When we first got Isla, we got a child gate. She jumped over the child gate very quickly. She learned how to do it because she is a Sprudel, so she's a cross between a Springer Spaniel and a Poodle. She's not big. She's a smallish, medium-sized dog, so she learned how to get over that gate very quickly. Now she's fully grown. We have a taller gate. Put my teeth in. So, she's been downstairs behind that gate. Now she's all of a sudden right next to me in the office. So I've got to ask the question, what just happened? Am I going to go downstairs to find the gate on the floor because she's pushed it down? Or has she jumped over it? And here she is. Isla, how did you get out? Don't give me the side eye and that waggy tail. How did you just get out, baby girl? She's just wagging her tail. Is Daddy gonna get cross with you? Oh no. Let's get to our destination quickly. I need to find out what the hell she just did. So we passed Scania, the factory. Honk. Screw you and your rules. I'm doing 90 instead of 70. Screw you. Don't mind me, I am just texting Josh. So I just told him Isla has escaped the living room. He's probably going to say, how? What do you mean? I'll tell you in a minute. This is me driving and texting at the same time. So this is a good simulation of why you shouldn't be on your phone. Did you close the gate? Constant beeping. Du-du-du. Well, I'm gonna need that lane, am I? Nah, I'm not gonna leave that lane. I ain't going that way. I'm going this way. Okay, so apparently she stayed downstairs and howled. Me being distracted. She stayed downstairs and howled. With the gate wide open. So she's howling for her dad. Ugh. Oh my god, that's because I'm distracted. Josh, stop texting me, you're pissing me off now. He completely goes off subject to something else, and I am not even going this way. I am still doing my stream, so please go away and shut up. I'm busy. I'll message you when I finished. I doubt he's watching, so it's fine. He'll just keep texting me. I'm doing 100. Nope. I shouldn't be doing 100, I want to do 90. There we go. Right, back to not being distracted by my phone. That's fine then, she hasn't jumped over the gate. He just went out the door without closing the gate. That's fine, that's fine. We're trying to teach her to stay because she's been to gun dog training, so we're trying to teach her to stay. This is what I mean when I say she needs boundaries, right? She's under my feet. I have a gap between my Secret Labs chair and my steering wheel mount, and she's sat in between it. Isla. Thank you. You can't sit on mummy all the time, baby girl. I know you love me, but I ain't going anywhere. Literally. I may be virtually going somewhere, but I am actually going nowhere. Literally going nowhere. I've driven nearly 3,472 kilometres, and I haven't moved from my seat. Virtually, I'm going a long way, but not very far in real life. Stop trying to lick my foot. She's a toe licker. That is the problem. It's criminal. Stop toe licking. I'm watching you. Cheeky little girl. Oh! You can tell I've got full beam on now. Don't worry, it's only nearly 10:30 in game time. Jesus Christ. Hour left. We are very close, ladies and gentlemen. We are almost there. I'm almost going to let you go off and watch someone else stream. Hopefully more interesting than this one. Oh. I know it doesn't matter, but I am considerate. Lime Logistics. Interesting game choice. Game choice? VTC choice. Lime. Lime Logistics. Oh. God! Oh, thank you very much. Sounds like a boat in the distance with that foghorn, but I'll take it. At least you're not being antisocial. Oh, we're 200 kilometres away. We're so close. Oh, shut up. Go from this view. You're not beeping at me so much. You probably are now, but I can't hear it from here. Yep, exactly 200 kilometres now. We are officially on the home stretch. It's the final countdown. Looks like we're coming off the main I say motorway. This is not a motorway. This is a dual carriageway. We're coming off the main dual carriageway from the seams of it. And yeah. Yeah, look. We're that close now. We're so close we can smell it. There it is. Well, my tracker's a little bit out of whack because obviously we're much closer than I anticipated we actually were. I will assume that's because maybe I shouldn't have taken that second ferry, the second choice of ferry that there was. I think I should have taken the first, and it wanted me to drive up through the roads. But obviously with ProMods it must have added that second ferry in, so it's made it much quicker. Here we are. Tractor on a trailer. Tractor. Straighten her up. Straighten her up a little bit. God, way off kilter. Should be a bit better. That's better. That'll do. Turn that off. That's not bad. I didn't do bad. That's not my best parking, that's for sure. But there we go. Disconnect. That's one hell of an amount to give to the VTC. There we go. Well, guys, I'm probably going to end the stream there because that was a hell of a long drive. I nearly went up a whole level ranking. Gee whiz, that was a long drive. Let's save it on there. Well, I thank you all so much for watching. Please drop this stream a like if you enjoyed this, because obviously I like doing ETS and I do a lot of it over the weekend. So if you really want to sit here and watch me driving to my heart's content on here, then more likes indicates to me that you want it. So go for it. Just spam the like button. Give it a like, give it a thumbs up. And of course, if you're new to the channel, then please subscribe. It helps a lot to see new people coming. I don't get many subscribers. Every now and then I do, and I know I'm doing something right if I do. So yeah, I'd really appreciate it if I get some more subscribers as well. So feel free to subscribe to the channel. And as always, I see you guys on the flip side with another video. Thanks for watching.